Hello everybody, and today I'm just here to give my thoughts on 3.2 so far as like oops. Mostly just the story. Like the events are pretty cool. I really like the rhythm game. As you can see, I'm here at the arcade to finish up the event. I still haven't finished it yet because it took me a little bit to get through the main story. Main reason is that it took me so long is I feel like the story lacked a little bit of substance comparatively to 3.0 and 3.1. Like the idea, the premise was compelling. Like Sigurika, got the Japanese pronunciation in my head, but her story about her, the expectations that are put upon her being the Heliodic 6 successor and whatnot, that kind of stuff is cool. That's a great way. It's a great thing to, make a story around. It worked out great in fucking Spider-Verse, the first one. And so I think that's a great story thing to go for, but it just I don't know, it didn't have as much, I didn't feel like it had as much put into it as 3.1 and 3.0, which understandably so, or which is understandable, sorry. Because I imagine this is more of a chance to introduce characters that are going to be in and out of the story, like for the rest of 3.x. You know what I mean? Like Sigurika is probably going to be a helpful character throughout the remainder of 3.x, I would imagine. Hopefully. Same thing with Chisa. Same thing with Lene, and I would guess Lucilla and Luke. But there's just the story itself wasn't terrible. There was this like weird, not weird, but like there was like a Persona X vibe I got to this update. Like the music in this specific area while the celebration is going on is like very Persona-esque. And then they give you like that event to this one, which feels like social links for each character almost. What is this for? Oh. After the celebration begins, find her at the top of Rebel College. What does that mean? Okey-dokey. I'll figure that out later. But overall, I don't think this was a bad update per se. I would even say it was a decent upgrade or update. I like the way the school looked while it was in the festive mode. I wish they kind of I wish they would have left it there until the end of the 3.2, which would have been, I feel like, better, but they're just like, oh, in the story, we don't need that no more. Also, I want to say, Dinia, I think this is probably copium. I think we're putting her under the bus too early. I think she's a misdirect. Yes, she was in. Yes, she was there at the like final cutscene and whatnot. But I think it's a misdirect. I think there's a different person that we like don't expect to be a Fractus member that is a Fractus member. Like they put the red gloves on Dinia and everything to like misdirect you and make you think, oh, Dinia must be the Fractus member. She's clearly got the red in the clothes and whatnot. She must be, right? You know, maybe I'm looking too deep into it. But I feel like she's like a part of a different entity completely. And again, that might be me having copium. She might obviously be Praxidus, as far as we know. But I have a feeling that it's might be someone completely different. Someone that we either haven't met yet, or like, you know, maybe they're an NPC. We don't know. Again, we don't know. Because the last Fractus spy that was in the school was Warren. Spoilers, if you know. And which was the NPC. So it could very easily be just an NPC. We don't know, you know. But yeah. But the overall review of 3.2, I would like the score I would give it would be like a 6.5 out of 10. Like a little above average, but it, you know, it wasn't anything. It didn't feel specifically different from like anything in like 2.0. You know what I mean? It felt very like it felt very much like a gacha game story. You know what I mean? It like the standard was put back down at the gacha game level story. We went back to being it's a harem anime instead of a, you know. It went from serious sci-fi mecha anime to back to the harem everyday life type of thing with like, you know, supernatural powers or something like that. It's kind of it kind of felt like going back to like daily life a little bit comparatively to what happened in 3.1. So maybe that was like the goal, was like to be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go back to the silly, you know, character thing for a little bit. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy and want to see me do a review on the next section, 3.3, subscribe, because that's probably the next time I want to do another one of these videos. That's really I don't have any other thing that I really want to do for my YouTube channel. So yeah, and also, oh, where's the thumbnail? I don't have Photoshop. I don't have the money to pay for Photoshop, and I probably wouldn't. So yeah, there's no thumbnail. We don't do thumbnails around here. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.